Maintaining over 100 acres of lawn is not a job for an ordinary mower. It is a serious operation that requires professional-grade equipment, engineered for speed, endurance, and consistent performance. If you're managing large-scale property, whether it's a farm, private estate, golf course, or airport grounds, you already know that time is money and inefficient tools cost more than just productivity. In this video, we are showcasing the most powerful and capable zero-turn mowers built specifically for high-acreage mowing. Stay with us, because what you're about to see could be the smartest, fastest, and most efficient upgrade you'll make for your lawn.
Exmark Lazer Z 144 inches. This mower's main appeal is its ultra-cut flex-wing deck. At 144 inches wide, it cuts up to 11.5 acres every hour under ideal conditions. That's nearly triple the output of a standard 72-inch mower. It's able to pull this off thanks to articulated flex wings that pivot 20 degrees up and 15 degrees down, adapting to mild terrain variation while preserving a clean and even cut. With a blade tip speed of 17,900 feet per minute, this deck doesn't just cover ground, it does it fast and clean. Under the hood, the power plant is a Yanmar 3T NV86 CT turbo diesel engine pushing 43.5 horsepower. It's a torquey, reliable performer with a 1.6-liter displacement. Paired with dual 12-gallon fuel tanks, this setup is built for all-day mowing without frequent stops. And since it's diesel, torque delivery stays strong through thick grass and sloped areas. The Kanzaki Hydro Drive system and Hydro Gear wheel motors create a smooth, responsive drive experience even under load. Forward speeds reach up to 11 miles per hour on flat ground, and reverse maxes out around 6. Hydraulic dampers in the control levers help reduce operator fatigue, while a deluxe suspension seat with isolation mounts and a 4-inch travel range absorbs most of the vibrations you'd expect from long shifts. Its frame is overbuilt with 1.5 by 3-inch tubular steel. The deck is seam welded and made of 7-gauge alloy, and critical wear points are shielded or reinforced. It has no drive belts, and everything from filters to pulleys is accessible without tools. Comfort is also a serious priority. Beyond the suspension seat, operators benefit from an improved center of gravity thanks to the lowered engine and radiator design. Still, there are some flaws. The standard configuration is rear discharge only, and if you want a mulching setup, that's an extra cost. At over $85,000, it is around 30% more expensive than some 96-inch diesel rivals, but the raw productivity offsets that when you're covering huge fields, municipal parks, athletic complexes, or any operation that demands speed and consistency over rugged flexibility. With a confirmed retail price of approximately $85,489, this isn't just a big-ticket mower. It's a commercial-grade investment designed to replace multiple machines in one go. For operations mowing fewer than 50 acres or dealing with wooded or obstacle-heavy properties, the sheer size becomes a limitation. Even with flexible wings, scalping is a risk on steep or inconsistent terrain, and the deck doesn't always hug the ground uniformly without careful operation.
At number 2, the Toro Z Master 7500, with its massive 144-inch turbo force cutting deck and a listed price of $83,999. This industrial-grade mower is built for serious land management, capable of clearing over 11 acres per hour in ideal conditions and leaving no doubt that it is anything but a casual purchase. That scale of productivity reshapes what's possible in a single day. You're looking at up to 100 acres cut in a single shift if the land is open and relatively flat. The deck itself folds hydraulically to just over 83 inches, which helps with trailering, though you'll still need a heavy-duty trailer and a proper hauling setup. Powered by a 44-horsepower Yanmar diesel with a 1568 cc displacement, the engine is built to handle continuous heavy workloads without bogging. It is supported by a twin reversing fan cooling system to keep temperatures in check, even under summer strain. Fuel capacity sits at 12.5 gallons, so fewer stops, more mowing. With blade tip speeds hitting 18,200 feet per minute, it slices through thick growth like a commercial-grade finishing mower. What really matters is how this machine handles the ground. The flex-wing design allows the deck to tilt up to 20 degrees upward and 15 degrees downward, adapting to rolling landscapes. However, the weight, over 3,000 pounds, means you'll need to be precise. If you misjudge a slope or ridge, you might end up with scalping, especially if the wings aren't adjusted properly. And despite its wide stance, the mower doesn't feel overly sluggish. It can reach 12.5 miles per hour while mowing and up to 17 miles per hour during transport, which is impressive for a mower this size. Comfort is another strength, especially for full-day shifts. The suspension seat is paired with an ISO-mounted floor pan and dampened steering levers, reducing fatigue on long, uninterrupted mowing sessions. Durability-wise, it's engineered to last. The 7-gauge Turbo Force deck, reinforced with a bullnose bumper, shrugs off rocks and debris. The greaseless cast iron spindles reduce maintenance time, but are expensive to replace if they ever wear out. There are a few unavoidable drawbacks. This mower thrives on wide open terrain, not orchards, backyards, or residential lots. The high price tag, nearing $84,000, demands serious justification. For operations that only manage 20 to 40 acres, it may be more economical to run multiple smaller units. At number 3, Lastec WZ1000. Priced at $69,899, this mower steps in as a serious contender for mowing over 100 acres, delivering a massive 120-inch cutting width through 5 independently flexing decks, and proving in the field why it earns the title of the world's largest zero-turn mower. With 5 25-inch articulating decks that flex up to 24 degrees, this mower hugs contours in ditches, slopes, and rough areas where traditional rigid decks struggle. That flexibility helps reduce scalping and follow the terrain more naturally, giving you a smoother finish without repeated passes. At full throttle, it cuts up to 8.73 acres per hour at 10 miles per hour, with just a 10% overlap, making it a practical replacement for 2 or more commercial 60 or 72-inch mowers. It runs on a 49.6 horsepower liquid-cooled Kubota turbo diesel engine, Tier 4 compliant and built for heavy-duty, non-stop performance. Backed by a 17-gallon fuel tank, it is designed for all-day operation without constant stops. The belt-driven deck system also makes a difference. It reduces fuel use and service demands compared to typical hydraulic deck systems, which is a real win for commercial operators trying to manage long-term costs. The ride comfort is decent thanks to air ride seat, flat-free front tires, and electric quick-lift deck adjustment, but the rigid frame still delivers bumps on rough ground. It doesn't have four-wheel drive, so traction on steep slopes or wet turf isn't its strong suit. This mower performs best on large, dry, contoured fields where you can open it up and let the flex decks do the work. Built for longevity, it uses 7-gauge steel in its deck construction, with thick leading edges and a fully welded frame backed by a lifetime warranty. The greaseless spindle bearings cut down on maintenance time, though they can be expensive to replace if damaged. Built for large-scale efficiency, this mower is overkill for under 50 acres or tight obstacle field spaces. But for athletic complexes, municipal grounds, or wide-open rural land, the WZ1000 delivers unmatched productivity.
At number 4, Jacobsen HR700. With a massive 168-inch cutting width and a dominating footprint, this mower cuts up to 17 acres per hour at 10 miles per hour, offering nearly 25% more coverage than traditional 11-foot mowers, while folding down to a compact 65-inch width for transport. The engineering behind its 3-deck setup, a 60-inch front deck paired with 2 folding wing decks, makes it surprisingly practical for its size, allowing smooth transitions between wide-open fields and narrow paths. Powered by a 65.2 horsepower Kubota turbo diesel engine, HR700 does not boast the highest numbers on paper, but in the field, it delivers confident torque, especially through wet, thick turf. It maintains consistent performance with a 20.4-gallon fuel tank that supports uninterrupted full-day mowing, while its hydraulic deck motors eliminate daily greasing and reduce maintenance load. Each deck is independently driven, offering auto weight transfer and flexibility over uneven terrain with tilt support up to 20 degrees. Ride comfort is handled with an air ride suspension seat and ISO-mounted platform, which reduce operator fatigue, but users will still feel bumps through the rigid chassis. It moves fast for a mower this size, with a top mowing speed of 10 miles per hour and transport speed up to 15.5, which helps when repositioning across large job sites. Durability-wise, its decks are made from 11-gauge Strengths high-strength steel, which resists damage over extended use, while the blades, crafted from Marbane boron alloy, are longer-lasting but come at a higher replacement cost. The warranty is only 2 years, which is less competitive than other brands offering longer coverage on their deck systems. HR700 delivers standout mowing efficiency, but with trade-offs, starting around $220,000 new and adding about $10,000 more for the optional enclosed cab. In actual mowing scenarios, the HR700 delivers a uniform cut across large acreage without constant operator adjustment. AdaptiCut automatically reduces forward speed in dense grass to maintain quality, and fingertip controls for deck lifting make on-the-fly changes easier. However, there is a learning curve. Operators unfamiliar with smart mowing systems or hydraulically independent decks will need training to avoid scalping or deck mismanagement. This is not a mower for casual use. It can replace 2 or 3 smaller wide area mowers, cutting overhead, fuel costs, and operator hours significantly.
At number 5, Hustler Super 104. With a massive 104-inch cutting deck, commercial-grade power, and smart design choices aimed at productivity, it offers the kind of real-world performance that few zero-turn mowers in its class can match. But for a price starting at $30,750 and climbing as high as $85,000 depending on the engine and other configurations, it's no impulse buy. This mower's standout feature is its cutting width. You're looking at over 9 acres an hour at full speed, assuming open conditions. The deck folds hydraulically from 104 inches down to 80 inches, which keeps it trailer-friendly without losing cutting surface where it counts. Most wide-area mowers lose agility, but the Super 104 still turns like a true zero-turn, giving it an edge when working around large obstacles or fencing without the need for extra equipment. Under the frame, the hyperdrive system uses industrial-grade Danfoss pumps and Parker wheel motors. It's built to run under tough conditions with an integrated oil cooler and a drive system that prioritizes endurance over flash. Top speed clocks in at 11 miles per hour while mowing and 15.5 miles per hour in transport mode. That pace allows the Super 104 to handle a football field in roughly 10 minutes. Combined with a fabricated 11-gauge steel deck and cast-iron spindles, this unit was built to take punishment without buckling. The hydraulic wing fold also lets it slip through standard gates or onto trailers with ease, which matters when you're not mowing a golf course or open pasture. Comfort isn't neglected either. The i3M suspension seat keeps long shifts manageable, the smooth track steering system allows for intuitive control, and the hydraulic deck lift makes height adjustments quick without needing to stop work. There are caveats though, and they matter. The 12-gallon fuel tank provides 6 to 7 hours of runtime under normal use, but larger properties may require refueling mid-shift, especially during dense mowing days. There's also no diesel option. Gasoline only means higher fuel costs and potentially shorter engine life compared to competitors offering diesel variants. On uneven ground, the massive 104-inch deck can struggle to maintain uniform height if the terrain isn't reasonably flat. Its 5-blade system offers clean, consistent cuts, but it comes standard with rear discharge only. Mulching capability requires a separate kit that can add $1,500 or more. Additionally, deck leveling adjustments are manual and can be a hassle on sloped terrain. This mower is best suited for operators who regularly manage 100 acres or more, especially those working open spaces like farms, sports complexes, municipal grounds, or golf courses. If you're maintaining less than 50 acres, this machine is going to be overkill. And if your property includes dense landscaping, tight paths, or heavily wooded areas, that wide deck could become more of a burden than a benefit.
Thanks for watching. If this video helps you narrow down the right mower for your lawn, make sure to subscribe because we cover nothing but the most capable and the most durable tools on the market. Drop a comment if you own one of these zero turns, or if you think we missed a model that can truly handle over 100 acres without compromise.